What's up, y'all? It's your girl Shay Renee, and we are back to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville, season 6, episode 23. And I can't remember the title of this episode, but y'all, we are on the late night creek tonight because sister girl got to get up and go to church tomorrow. We going to pumpkin patches and all that good stuff. So I won't be able to do the review tomorrow during the day like I normally do. So I'm gonna come on here tonight, and if you part of the replay gang, let's just get into it, shall we?
You're ball in my life, man. Go on with it, go on with it. Do us. So we are coming here with a force. Yeah. Blessings we are reaping, we coursing on full. Oh, we not rise on board. Yeah, we give thanks like we need it the most. We have to give thanks like we really supposed to be thankful. Blessings all for my life, man. But thank God for the journey, that's to the plus. Yeah. Gratitude is a must. Yeah. Blessings all for my right hand. But I toast to the friends that they love to be Lord one time. Sit down in a class and we force that only see the road and they go on with the road.
Looking for ways to improve your health? Look no further. Visit www.shayreneeonline, where we provide healing beyond the prescription pad. We have hand-blended teas and herbs that are going to provide you with ultimate immune health, cold-pressed juices, as well as sea moss gels that are going to provide you with your daily vitamins and nutrients in just 2 tablespoons. Shop www.shayrenee.net and receive free shipping on all orders over $75. Don't wait, because a healthy life is ahead. All right, y'all, let's get into it. PSR 076 says, hi, I couldn't watch the show live on Canada playing games. What? That's messed up. Lee says, hey, what up, what up? Thank y'all so much for joining me. I know it is late at night, but listen, your girl had to come on because this episode, Martell has lost his cotton picking mind. Like, sir, are you kidding me? You are really upset. Let's just wait till we get there. So the episode starts off where they're following up with the drug test from Kiki. So at first, Kiki is hesitant. Her husband, Amin, is like, you ain't got to take no test. We ain't got nothing to prove to nobody. And Kiki is like, I'll take a test if Marsau takes a lie to take the test. And Mel is like, girl, now you know they're going to will. Marsau ain't taking up. Marsau takes a lie to take the test. Mel was like, yeah, you know, daggone well. That man is not taking no daggone lie to take the test. You just need to go ahead and take this test so that you can shut the naysayers up. You can shut the haters up and move on. So obviously everybody probably has seen that clip that has been buzzing around. We found out a couple days ago that she in fact did pass the drug test. Okay, so we saw in this episode she passed with flying colors, which obviously we know that if she's going to the doctor consistently, they're going to be constantly testing her for drugs before they give her anything prescribed of that nature of what she's taking right now. So everything is cool with that. Then they go into talking about why she's moving so much. So she's moving because her son plays football, and so they're moving into a different school district so that he can have better opportunities for scholarships and things like that for when he goes to school. So Mel says, yeah, Tiffany was talking about that. She was like, yeah, y'all were moving or something like that. Or she didn't say nothing about y'all moving. She was just like, y'all were trying to get your son into a different school district or whatever. Or like y'all was about to do it illegally or something like that. First of all, Tiffany, I'm going to need you to mind your business. Now, we know that Lou is big into the sports and all that stuff. But like, are you hating because their son may play sports better than your kids? I don't know what the whole thing is, but I just think that that's just, Tiffany has no reason to not like Kiki. I just feel like she's grasping at straws at this point, and it's just, girl, go and breastfeed your baby and stop playing. You're just trying to find any little way to get in the mix. You were messy as hell at your sip and see or whatever the heck you call that party that they ain't had ready for 3 hours after you. I'm exaggerating, but the party that you paid people to have ready that wasn't ready. You're doing too much. You're doing team entirely too much. You coming bosom and baby ready to be all up in the BI. You need to stop. Sit your tail down somewhere and stop trying to make up stuff with your husband. You're trying to make up issues with him. You're trying to make up issues with Kiki. You need to mind your business and don't worry about what they're doing with their child. If they want to move 5 times to have better opportunities for their children, that's their prerogative. Okay? Mind your business. That's all. Just mind your business. Okay? Moving on. In the next scene, we have Tisha and Marsau. They talking about going on a vacation, child, which I'm shocked because homeboy don't. They talked about how she always taking the kids on vacation and he don't never want to go. And it seemed like this ain't no different. He talking about some, how long we gonna be gone? What we doing? Ugh. Were you saying all that when you was in Africa? You ain't even tell her how long you was gonna be gone. And you told her apparently, allegedly, a couple of days before you was actually getting ready to leave. So now you got all this stuff to do and you can't, you just too tied up that you can't go on vacation with your family. Oh, we had stuff being delivered to the house. We got this, that, and the third. Tisha, you's a fool. You are a fool. It's no way I'm going to be married to somebody that's giving me all this lip about going on vacation with the family, but you left for a whole daggone month to the motherland. You better be glad that I'm not sending you back to our Father in heaven. That's what you better be glad. Because that, child, all I'm going to say is it couldn't be me. It could definitely not ever, ever be me. Okay? So they leaving on vacation for 5 days and they talk about the barbecue. And Tisha says that basically she is over and done with Kiki. She's over it. She don't want to talk to her no more. She don't wants to deal with her no more. And I'm like, Tisha, this whole situation with Kiki is just very stupid. Now, I know y'all watched, if you haven't, now I always be talking about original Straight Be Lying or whatever. But I gotta give Sister Girl props this time. She put the video out, the full video from the barber, and I got a chance. So go on the original Straight No Chasers channel, and you can actually see the full video from the barber, not sliced and diced. It's not behind a paywall. It's right there on her page, and I will have to give Sister Girl props for putting that video out so everybody can see it because it gave so much more perspective to this whole situation. Basically, what I found out from that video is that the barber, basically what I was thinking, the barber talked about him allegedly having a situation with the girlfriend and some other chick. And then the other chick and his girlfriend, they went to Marsau's bar and apparently they did something inappropriate in front of Marsau, allegedly. He said he don't know nothing about them actually getting down and slapping shoes with Marsau. But the girl, he alluded to the girl doing some things in the past, not confirmed with Marsau, but other situations where she's allowed him to look like the bad guy, blah, blah, blah. But it was just a whole lot of rumors going around with that whole situation. And instead of Tisha facing it head on, she had Kimmy fire her makeup artist because her makeup artist allegedly was the one that brought it to the table first. And the barber said that he tried to cop a plea for homegirl and say, I was the one that sent it from her phone, sent some text message from her phone saying that, this allegedly happened with, Jasmine, the makeup artist, and Marsau. So this whole situation is just extremely messy. That's what it is. But at the end of the day, Kiki wasn't being messy in the situation. The only reason Kiki got involved is because her makeup artist was tipped off by Stormy that Tisha and the girl and Tisha's makeup artist was trying to get Brianna, which is Kiki's makeup artist. Follow me here because there's a lot of names, trying to get her fired. It's a whole mess. But the moral of the story is Kiki wasn't trying to be messy. She was just like, oh my God, now I'm involved because it's my makeup artist. So now I'm caught between a rock and a hard place because you already have a cousin that doesn't trust you. She's always trying to make it somebody else's fault. And Kiki knows that somehow Tisha is going to spin this to be her fault. And she's like, I just want to get ahead of it and figure out what's really going on. Hold on, y'all. Sorry, y'all. Something caught in my throat. So, anyway, Kiki was like, I need to get in front of this because I want to see what's going on. Because one, I'm not trying to get blamed. Thank you. Two, if something is going on, I want to alert my cousin because if she finds out that my name is in any of this, she's going to blame me. It don't even matter if it's not true, if it is true. Kiki, like it's gonna be my fault. And it's just it's a sad situation to be in because at the end of the day, I don't doubt that Kiki loves Tisha too much, if you ask me. And she was basically going above and beyond to make sure that Tisha doesn't get hurt in this situation. Tisha knows what's going on. She's aware of what's happening, that, you know, Tisha doesn't get embarrassed. She even talked about in the conversation trying to handle it off camera. But then she talked about how production had a hold of it. So she was just really upset, like, oh my God, this is going to be probably definitely going to be on the show now. They're going to make a storyline out of this. This is a mess. So I say all that to say, Tisha is sitting here having this conversation with Marsau, all bent out of shape and upset. And it's really not, you haven't even dived deep. The first thing you do when you hear something about potentially your husband cheating on you, just because you hear that it could be Kiki's makeup artist that's saying something, now it's Kiki's fault. Why do you always look to everybody else being the culprit besides your husband? And again, nobody is saying that this girl need to up and divorce Marsau or that she needs to just blame him for everything. But at the end of the day, sometimes you got to stop turning a blind eye to all of this stuff and ask your husband. Have you? And I wonder, has she even asked Marsau, is there any truth to any of this? Because he always has this way of maneuvering and spinning the story where he's directing it to somebody else. The first thing he'll say is, oh, Kiki, I know she has something to do with this. She just hating on you. Everybody want to be like you because you living so great. She wish her life was like you. Like you trying to you gaslighting me. That's what you're doing. You're trying to turn my attention to something else instead of addressing the issue at hand. What fuck you out here doing with my makeup artist? Y'all got something going on? Somebody need to know? That's the question that you should be asking. Not, oh, let me get this video from the barber and do all of that is a bunch of minutia. And a blind person could see through how he is constantly manipulating Tisha from every corner. It's ridiculous. And I'm just really honestly tired of Tisha blaming everybody else instead of having a conversation with her husband. She is a whipping board for him. It's ridiculous. But hey, you like it. I don't love it. Moving on. So they talk about the barbecue, how she's done with Kiki. Then they talk about Stormy and how him and Stormy had Marsau and Stormy have moved on. And he says, I just still can't believe that Stormy didn't know that she shouldn't be acting like that. First of all, Marsau, who the hell are you to tell somebody how to damn conduct themselves? Somebody should, I can't believe that you think people are dumb and actually listen to the bullshit that you spew every time you open your damn mouth. I can't believe it's not butter. The things that you say that you think come so smoothly off your tongue. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You say a whole lot of bullshit that means absolutely and amounts to absolutely nothing. And I can't believe you think people could believe it. But the problem is, I can believe it because nobody ever holds his feet to the fire. Nobody ever says, hey, Marsau, that actually isn't true. Or, hey, Marsau, you sound dumb as hell. Moving on. Y'all, everybody around y'all seems to entertain all this bullshit that him and his brother say. And Martell, the triple M's of minutia. That's what their name should be. More dumb. Because nothing they say mounts to a stack of shit. Literally. So he talks about how, the situation with Stormy, it had to have been fairly new because she was upset. And the friends that she was talking about that had a problem previously, used to watch her son. So he was like, man, this had to be something fresh. I feel so bad. We talked about it. I kind of comforted her over that. And I feel really bad for saying that. That's funny. You feel bad about talking about somebody that you don't even know and hurting Stormy's feelings, but you don't feel bad for telling a whole crowd of people that Kiki is still on drugs and you don't even know it. You don't know that to be true. You are over here speculating and you are putting something on somebody out there. That's defamation of character right there. You don't know for a fact that Kiki is on drugs. So why are you saying that that's why she behaved the way that she did? Because only a person on drugs does stuff like that. Really? They played a clip back where Mel threw a drink on Martell. Is she on drugs? I'm pretty sure she's not. People throw drinks on people all the time in these housewives shows. Are they on drugs? That's questionable with some of them chicks. But allegedly, no. Basketball wise, loving hip hop, people throwing bows, throwing drinks, throwing hands, throwing chairs. People throw stuff all the time when they're angry or upset. Does it make it okay? Absolutely not. But it doesn't make it solid that they're on drugs. Hell, you and Martell were daggone fighting outside of Madani. Were y'all on drugs? People getting angry and reacting over something that somebody did to piss them off, like you and Tisha did her. Is it okay for somebody to react in the way that Kiki did? No. But does it mean that they're under a substance? Hell no. So why so much compassion for somebody that you don't even know, but you don't have no compassion for your own cousin? And you over here making up shit. You don't know if that girl on drugs or not. You're an idiot. And so is your wife. Moving on. Tisha says that she's learned from her mistakes, and Marsau goes on this whole little binge about how they know about hitting rock bottom, and it's cool to fail and all this, that, and the third. And Kiki is obviously going through something, and they've gone through things, blah blah blah. And Tisha goes on this whole little thing about, yeah, I know about learning from my mistakes. And Marsau says, but you never really accept accountability for anything. And so he talks about the Expo and how she didn't accept feedback well. Yeah, she didn't accept feedback well from Mel. And what I noticed was a running theme throughout this episode is that Tisha seems to really have a lot of get up and jump and go. She got a lot of crackerjack inside of her where it comes to Mel. You wanna get knuck if you buck with Miss Rogers if you're nasty, but you can't get knuck if you buck with Stormy or anybody else on the show. Why are you so angry? Why are you so mad at Mel? You are such a hater. So she got so defensive because obviously Marsau was talking about Mel, because Mel was the one that gave the feedback that no, it wasn't organized. And then Tisha says, no, I didn't. The event was organized. And I never said that we weren't organized at some point. I said that maybe the beginning wasn't organized and some of the behind the scenes, but the expo itself was organized. And she did say that. But even saying that, that's a bunch of bullshit. The expo was not organized. Anytime you're charging people, if what people are saying is true, that you charge people as they showed up, hell, you charged Stormy on the spot, and apparently she didn't know. And y'all are supposed to be friends. So it shouldn't have been no asking her for the $100 at the event. You should have let her know prior to, hey Stormy, I know the event is coming up. I noticed you hadn't paid your $100 yet. Are you aware that there's a fee? That's called professionalism. What y'all did was sounding, in my opinion, like some scammerage. That's what it is. What are these funds going to? Are there any future events that you're having? What did people actually learn from this expo? Did anybody make any sales at the show? What do you have to report that was so amazing about this event? Besides the fact that you bamboozled people and brought them in there and had them paying money at the last minute as a last minute little come up for y'all. That's what it looked like to me, in my opinion. Moving on. So she says she continues to say that she wasn't defensive. And he said, yeah, you're actually not accountable for pretty much a lot of things that you do. So she's like, okay, whatever. Okay, Marcel, you're right. And she's like, you need to get packed. And he's like, that's your job. Here you go. Minimizing her. It's her job to pack your fucking clothes up. Who packed your clothes when you went to Africa? Did she pack your clothes then? Huh. Interesting. Moving on. In the next scene, Mel has her mom and her party planner come over. So the party planner comes over because Mel is going to be having a name changing ceremony where she's going to be changing her last name from Holt back to her original name, which is Rogers. So she is now the artist formerly known. She was Melody S. Holt. Now she is currently known as Melody Cherie Rogers legally. What I thought was interesting in this scene is Mel hadn't even looked at the paperwork yet. But you got the party planner over here. How you know you about to have this party if you ain't even open the paperwork up, sis? You don't know if this name changing ceremony can actually really happen. But hey, you like it, I love it. So she tells the party planner to go outside and take some pictures and do all the things that she need to do to make it do what it do for this party. And she sits down with her mother and opens up the paperwork, and they find that her name, in fact, has been approved. And I love the fact that Miss Van was in this scene. We haven't seen Miss Van, I think, for 2 seasons now. And I think that, that is a huge deal. I'm glad that they have her back on the show because they gave so much camera time to these toxic mothers. You can definitely show at least the creator of the show, the executive producer's mama, and the one that hasn't been problematic, the one that's not ghetto and causing drama. All she did in this scene, she didn't talk about nobody. She wasn't being a busybody. She was just showing support to her daughter, being Mama Van. Okay. And I love to see Miss Van. She just exudes such a excellence to herself. Like, she is just so poised and so loving and so caring. She just gives off such a positive energy. And that's what we need to see on the show. It's like everything don't have to be drama. Everything don't have to be filled with negativity. It's good to show pockets of positivity. Like, hell, not a whole pocket. Give me a bucket full, goddamn it. I feel like we've seen too much negativity on the show. It's like constant drama. Can we see them having fun together? So it was refreshing to see a positive moment, positive people, not nobody being negative and talking a bunch of BS. So getting back to the show, Miss Van says, she's happy for Mel. She's, excited for this next journey for her. And Mel is just like, I did a lot of things as Holt, but it's all comes from my origination, which is Rogers, because that's who I am. And I appreciate that. I appreciate her being able to change her name. I love seeing her continuing to elevate, because going through all the things that she went through, this is a huge, huge milestone for her. And I am so glad that she was able to conquer it, because it just seemed like the woman just kept getting hit left and right with bullshit. And finally, something has come through for her by way of this marriage ending. So kudos to Mel, and thankfully she can have this ceremony and celebrate. So moving on, in the next scene, Stormy goes to Kiki's new house while she's cleaning, and they talk about the barbecue situation. And Kiki tells her, Stormy asks, well, girl, why the heck y'all moving again? So Kiki says, Amin thinks this is a good idea for their oldest son. He's going to get more scholarships at the new school that they're now in the area for him to go to the school, and that school really, really wants their son to go there. So that's what they did. The sacrifices you make for your children, and rightfully so. We all are going to sacrifice for our kid. Now, what I was confused about is if a school really wants your kid, we all know that zoning stuff don't matter. They gonna do whatever they can do to get the kid in there. So it must be some people hating and trying to block this situation. So they, as parents, are gonna do whatever they got to do to make sure their kid gets what they need to get. And kudos to them for moving if that's what they had to do. Because it sounds like it's some background haters like Tiffany trying to put a monkey wrench in the plan. So moving on, Stormy tells her how Tisha and what she asked her what happened, like what was going on. So at the barbecue, so Kiki says she reenacts. First of all, she apologizes for snatching the cards out of Stormy's hand. She was like, "I should have never did that. I apologize. I know you probably like this girl is crazy." And Stormy was like, "No, it's all good. I knew something had to been going on." So she's like, "What happened?" So Kiki shows her how Tisha basically did a little Mary J. Blige pivot move on her. And, after she spoke to her, she was like, she spoke to a mean and didn't speak I spoke to her and she ain't speak to me. And this is exactly what she did. And this ignored me. And she talked about how Marsau and Tisha was basically ignoring her throughout the entire time. Stormy was sitting there. She saw it. So I just thought that was really rude. Tisha didn't have to do that. Now, did her doing that warrant Kiki throwing something on her? Absolutely not. But at the end of the day, girl, Tisha, that was very, very immature. Like, you could have just been like, girl, I am not chopping it up with you today. Please don't speak to me. Like, and that's it, and that's all. You don't gotta be childish. Well, obviously you do, because that's all you know how to do. Judging by you trying to get up and leave from that meeting with Mel and Kimmy that we're gonna talk about next. So moving on, um, Kiki begins to talk about Tisha and Marsau, saying that Marsau is Tisha's wife and they both can basically kick rocks. And she says people have scolded her about trying to continue a relationship with Tisha because they're like, why do you keep on even entertaining her bullshit? Like, you need to just leave her alone. And Kiki was like, I wish I didn't love her as much as I do. Like, she's been doing stuff to me since we were 13 years old. And I am just basically over it at this point. And Stormy is like, well, have y'all talked? And Kiki was like, no, we haven't, and we're not. So I'm like, Kiki, at this point, honey, you are being a glutton for punishment. Like, seriously. You have got you got to let it burn. You got to let it burn. I know it's hurtful. It's like ending a relationship that's very with people that are very, very close to you or that you really love. It's very hard. It's really, really hard. And I think it's even more difficult when it's a family member, because relationships, sometimes we kind of expect things like that to happen, and sometimes in relationships with a significant other or something like that. But when it's somebody in your family, somebody that you held so true, and they continue to disappoint you time after time, that is brutal. And that can be very, very trying on your spirit. So you just got to learn to let people go and let bygones be bygones. So then Stormy tells her, after she left, she tells her about how Marsau kept on saying that the reason why Kiki did what she did is because she's on drugs again. And, only people that are on drugs exhibit the behavior that Kiki was exhibiting. And Kiki says all Marsau was doing was basically avoiding the cheating rumors. Like, she said, Tisha needs to be more worried about that back pick and him going to Africa by himself than worrying about ignoring her and trying to, pivot the fade that Kiki was trying to give her at that daggone cookout. And that's the thing. I am just so tired of the Scotts getting away with the bullshit. It's like they keep on getting protected or something. Like, I feel like production is trying to make it seem like they are slightly trying to out them, or they're slightly trying to give the audience what they want to see. But it's just like, y'all don't make them address the issues. And I guess they're like, well, we can't make people say something if they're not going to say nothing, with Kiki bringing it up at the cookout or whatever. But it's just like, I'm done. I'm done with it. Can't Tisha want to get up from the meeting with Kimmy and Mel? Like, why does she get to keep on avoiding stuff, but she always talking about everybody else's shit? It's too much. So Kiki says so then they begin to talk about Tiffany talking crap about Kiki, which again, I don't even know why this is a thing. Like, Tiffany, why are you so butthurt over Kiki? You're just making up stuff. I don't even, whatever. So Stormy says she can't believe that, she basically was talking trash about Kiki in her interview with Carlos. Like, basically the whole interview she was talking about Kiki. And Kiki was like, yeah, like, why are you got my name in your mouth so daggone much? You need to mind your business and stop talking about me. And she was like, I guarantee you she's not more educated than me. She's not smarter than me. So, like, what gives? Why is she even talking to me? And she's like, and by the way, Stormy, she be talking about your products. She was saying your products are bad and this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, Tiffany, what? Why are you, girl? Get you some business, girl. Get you some business. Talk about, just do something. Because as soon as somebody come and approach you, you gonna have that baby in tow, acting like, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, I didn't mean it like that. Oh, really? You can't accept confrontation. You can dish it, but you definitely can't take it. You always running your mouth and all loud and wrong. That's what it sounds like to me. So moving on, Stormy says, I just think that Tiffany, oh, Kiki says, I just think Tiffany is jealous. And Stormy says Tiffany won't say all that stuff to her face about her products and all that trash that she talking. So she'll deal with that if she decides to say it to her. She ain't tripping off of it, as she shouldn't. Because it's like, girl, if I'm Stormy, I'm like, girl, I'm over here counting my ducats and processing orders and getting money. I don't got time to be dealing with you. You need to go on and figure out what you're going to do with yourself. Over here trying to make up storylines and shit. Girl, figure out how you going to keep your boring ass on this show. Moving on. Kiki says she ain't thinking about Tiffany, but Tiffany is thinking about her. So in the next scene, we have Tisha, Mel, and Kimmy doing an exercise with Miss Deborah, who is Mel's trainer. And Kimmy has to do a lighter workout because apparently she's been having some breathing issues since all of the cancer treatments came about. And so her doctor, they find out later on after the workout, because she did a lighter workout than Tisha and Mel because of her breathing issues. And Mel asked her about the breathing issues after they worked out, and she says that her doctor actually has her on a breathing machine so that they can monitor what's going on because it's that bad. And she's like, well, I'm not going to let it get me down. I'm just going to keep on persevering and pushing through and basically testing the damn limits. And I'm like, girl, if you don't work out like that, don't try to be showing off in front of these two women today because you don't want to look like you some chopped liver and can't do a damn burpee, child. Do what you're supposed to do. Get yourself together. So then Kimmy pivots the conversation and brings up the barbecue. So I find it funny that Tisha has such an attitude about them having a conversation with Mel, but Kimmy was the one that actually brought it up. Why you not mad at Kimmy for bringing it up? Everything always is directed at Mel with your animosity and stankness. So Kimmy brings up the barbecue and asks how Tisha is doing since everything that happened. And Tisha says she stopped hanging with Kiki around the time she started hanging with Mel and Martell because Kiki was threatening her, and she just doesn't want to be around a person like that has nothing to lose and basically has a drug problem. Tisha, you stop hanging around Kiki because Kiki is hanging out with Mel, and you didn't want was hanging around Mel before you, and you were jealous, and you wanted to be close to Mel because you saw the benefits of Mel, and you wanted to get rid of Kiki, and you felt like you could get more out of this relationship with Mel, so you don't want to share the opportunities with your cousin. You want to get rid of your cousin out of the situation and make her look bad. That's why you try to F up the relationship with her and Mel by telling Mel that she had a problem. It wasn't because you were trying to save Mel from having a couple of Percocets missing out of the house. Girl, bye. You full of shit. That's what you are. And a cousin like you, I wouldn't want one. There is no way that I'm going to be throwing my cousin under the bus every single chance I get so that I can have a come up. The thing is, Tisha doesn't want to share the spotlight. She wants the spotlight to be on her butt cheeks only. Okay. She don't want the spotlight on nobody else. She don't want to have no spotlight with her cousin. She wants her cousin to be gone. She liked Kiki when Kiki was on her side with the whole Kimmy stuff. When Kiki was coming to cookouts and talking shit for her and being her bodyguard when it came to Kimmy. You want Kiki in the space that you want her in. Covering your ass. Being there for you, being your yes woman. You probably want Kiki to do well, but you don't want her to do better than you. So every time, see, the thing is, Tisha act like she don't like social media. She don't want to read the comments and all that stuff. Tisha sees that people like Kiki more than her. And she saw her star begin to continue to fall. And she don't like that. She couldn't stand the fact that Kiki got a bigger role on the show. She don't want that. If it's my cousin, we about to lock arms and we about to be top dog in this motherfucker. You hear me? Okay? We are going to be getting money together. We're going to shine together and we're going to ride this thing out together. Together, not together apart. Okay? But not Tisha. I don't want her to look better than me. Her? Better than me? She been looking better than me all my life. Getting better grades than me. She got her family. She got both of her parents in the household. She got her siblings. They growing up. They educated. Got the 2-parent household. Living the life. But I'm over here with my mama and her ghetto ass. Yeah, she probably buy me everything that I want. Because Wanda talked about how she will always buy them things. But Tisha wanted love and affection, that family environment. She didn't have that with her mother. So she was jealous of Kiki, in my opinion. She was always being compared to Kiki, and Kiki was always doing better than her. And Kiki over here, she's looking at Tisha like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I have a cousin that's close to my age. I get to know my other side of the family, right? I finally see a family that looks like me. Because, goddamn it, her and Kiki, Tisha and Kiki look like they could be sisters. Them dreams are strong, okay? So Kiki is over here excited to have a comrade and a partner in crime, right? But Tisha is over here constantly trying to make Kiki look like the criminal. Because she is the good girl. I can't have anybody looking better than me. I was the smart girl in the family before she came along. And that's the problem. Tisha don't want to big up her cousin and share the spotlight. She always got to try to dim her light. And when Kiki got on drugs, that was Tisha's way to be like, see, it was always her. I've always been the better one. I don't do drugs. I'm on TV. I have businesses. I'm doing big things. I'm the biggest boss that you've seen thus far. Y'all thought Kiki was all that because she have all these degrees and stuff, and she's teaching at the college and writing books and doing this and doing that. But no, look at me. I'm shining. That's the problem, Tisha. And that's why you will not ever really see the success that you want to see. You will always be pretending. And people will always cheer for Kiki because Kiki is authentic. You are not. You're a liar. You're fake and you're phony. And people see it oozing through the screen. So moving on. Mel says, so Tisha continues to say that she knows that Kiki's behavior and all the stuff that she's doing, she don't want to be around nobody that's doing drugs. So Mel says, how you know that? How you know she's still on drugs? And Tisha says, I know from her behaviors and the way she's been acting around some of my family members. I know. I know. And Mel is looking at her like, girl, you dumb as fuck. That girl ain't bit more on drugs than the man in the moon. And I wanted Mel to be like, well, girl, I gave her a drug test and she ain't on no drugs. But that's not Mel's place to say that. But Mel is looking at it in that situation like, damn, you really fucking hate your cousin that much? That's crazy. Like, and Mel is like, damn, you are just going to stop. I can see it in Mel's face. She like, damn, you really gonna stop at nothing to try to make your cousin look bad. You don't know that this girl is on drugs. You just over here saying any damn thing. You gonna say whatever you can to try to make her look bad. And here's the bigger picture. You're gonna say whatever you want to say to avoid the bigger issue, which is how your husband constantly is embarrassing you. How your husband is constantly in some shit and y'all never address it. How your husband is always gaslighting you in every situation and avoiding the conversation about his alleged infidelity. Y'all never face the issue head on. Tisha never goes to him and says, are you doing this? The only time she tried to go fake like she was asking the questions when she drove up and pulled up, Mel told her to pull up to the bar. I guess she said, I'm gonna pull up to my own bar. And she pulled up to Black and asked him about that back photo. And he's still lying. Talking about he was with damn Chris Fletcher. And come to find out, Chris Fletcher put him a TikTok up because he like, you see nail, manicured nail, my wife? I ain't playing with her no more. Because from what we see from the next episode, Nail a little firecracker. Okay? Chris ain't fucking with her. So he ain't about to be getting, he said, Chris probably like, look, I done did enough to this woman. It's cheaper to keep her. I ain't about to be looking like Martell over here like a sad puppy. So then Tisha begins to say, I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave. And because she's like, Tisha says she knows that, because Mel says, how do you know she's on drugs? Tisha says she knows it because of her behaviors around family members. And Mel says, are you sure it's not anything that happened before the barbecue between the two of y'all? Like, this can't just be like, this gotta be something ongoing that has happened before this. And, could it be due to like what happened before the barbecue? Basically alluding to the incident with the makeup artist stuff. So Tisha throws a tantrum like the little petulant child that she is, talking about she gonna leave. So then Tisha says she don't want to talk about it. And Mel just continues to say, we're going to ask questions. She says that in her confessional, like, girl, we're going to ask questions like this is what we're supposed to do. Like, what is your freaking problem? And the problem I have with Tisha is you always want to get up and run, but you complained about Mel leaving situations when y'all constantly are asking her questions, when y'all constantly was bullying her that one season. You want to, Mel don't never want to have a conversation. Mel don't never want to talk about stuff. But it's okay for you to do it. It's cool when you do it, but it's not cool when I do it. That's crazy. You asking Nell about infidelity in their marriage. You talking to Mel every 5 minutes about Martell buying a car for the mistress and all this, that, and the third. You constantly asking her questions about Martell cheating. You in everybody else's business and asking questions, but can't nobody ask you nothing. Ain't that something? Why are you here? That's what I want to know. If you don't want to talk about your reality, you don't want to talk about anything real. You want to put accusations on somebody saying that they're still doing drugs. It's okay for you to say whatever the you want. But nobody can say anything to you. Why the fuck are you here? Why? Because I don't want to talk to a brick wall. Because if you're not going to respond when I ask you a question about yourself and you can't be authentic, then girl, get the hell off the show. Like, seriously. At this point, I am sick of the Scots. They're absolutely providing zip zilch nada to the show. I really want to, I'm excited for next episode to see more with the Fletchers because I would like to see what's going on in their family dynamic. Hell, get somebody else on the show with the Fletchers because Tiffany and Big Lou on their way out too because she can't seem to find a way to have some drama with some damn body for her to get off the show. I'm like, girl, just tell your life story. Why you got to be arguing with people all the time or trying to be in the damn mix? But I want to see more with the Fletchers and them telling their real life story. They came on the show being honest with Chris and his infidelity and things like that. They are real financial wealth in Huntsville. The Scots been pretending since they stepped foot on the screen. We ain't never seen Maurice litigate a case. Where do you go during the day? Whose credit have you fixed? That's what I want to know. Y'all stayed rebuilding offices and shit that don't have nobody coming in. You and your brother. Your brother over here building an office for his wife that's peddling the local Starbucks to do her not happening business. Have you sold a house? Have you employed Courtney in a way where she can actually make some money? Hell, I thought Destiny was one of her real estate agents, but she's still over here, obviously, allegedly not paying her damn bills and going to the slammer. I don't understand it. It's a lot of lies going on in this show. It's a lot of fake and phony people. And I'm just about sick of it. And Maurice and Kimmy, I don't want to hear about y'all sex life no more. If y'all don't got shit to talk about, y'all can kick the fuck on rocks too. Get rid of the Scots. 4.0. All four. Get them out of here. Because the core six need to get rid of 4 because they are a bore. Okay? Moving on. So Tisha, she tells Tisha Mel begins to tell Tisha that Kiki feels bad for what she did and that she also felt disrespected because Tisha didn't speak to her. And Tisha says, I'm about to go. I'm going to the beach. I'm done with this. I'm done with this shit. I'm moving on. I don't have time for this. Girl, you are 7 years old. I don't understand. My son is 7 and he's more mature than this. I swear I have more mature conversations with my child than they do with this girl. It's team too much. If you can't accept your reality or you can't face the music, get on out because your tune is off. I don't got time for this. Like you are seriously wasting camera time for somebody else that could be interesting. Seriously. And Kimmy, what were you here for? But to kick off the conversation. And you so mad at Mel for actually contributing to the conversation, Tisha, but you didn't say nothing to Kimmy about actually bringing up the fact of what happened at the barbecue. If you don't want to talk about the barbecue so bad, get out of here. Get out of here. I'm over her. So she ends up walking on off camera. I'm going to the beach with my family. I'm over this. I'm blah, blah, blah. So Mel says, I don't think that she's over it at all. I think that this is a real problem and she needs to talk about it. And Kimmy says, oh yeah, I don't think that this is, I don't want to deal with it because I've moved on and I'm over it. I think it's because she's bothered. And I'm just like, Kimmy, why you ain't say that while she was there? Because Kimmy, you know what? You full of shit too. Because you like to talk all this shit when Tisha leave. But you don't never correct Tisha to her face. That's fake. You should have said, like you always talking shit, like you told Destiny, well, girl, you got to talk about something. Like, where your boyfriend? What's this? What's that? You should have told Tisha in that moment, well, chick, we going to ask questions. You know, you getting drinks poured on you and stuff. I need to know what's going on. Like, what's happening? We just asking questions. We just want to know. We want to check in on you. That's what she should have followed up with, contributed to the conversation besides gaslighting it and then letting Mel continue to accept the gasoline. It's too much. So then we get to the last scene. Child, Martell, Where do we start? This nigga here, I just unbelievable. He is such a waste of space on the show too, and all this little stuff with him and Coleslaw trying to act like they a couple and this, that, and the third, and she's about our 6 kids and ooh, girl, you will not be on the show. And ain't nobody watching no spinoffs with y'all either. So, girl, you is wasting your time, our time. Then she does these little clips on TikTok like somebody cares. Girl, girl, just stop. Quit while you never were ahead. But moving on, y'all. This scene showed that he is not over Mel, okay, and never will be, because this man totally lost his shit because this woman was changing his name. It's like he feels like with her still having his name, they're somehow still married in his head. We'll get there. So Martell goes to the Fletcher's house to bring his little ragged ass overpriced wine, and he leaves 2 bottles with them. Okay, which I'm not going to talk about his wine. I hope he sell that damn wine so he can take care of all them damn children, because they don't deserve for him to continue to be broke and not contribute. And Mel got to do everything herself. I want this man to actually do something legitimate to make some money, because you out here playing businessman and looking like you got some money and you're broke as hell. You're broke as a joke. Okay, sell the damn wine. Don't give nobody else a free bottle. You can't afford it. Okay, I get you trying to get it on the screen, but you need to be a better person so people can actually want to patronize your business. Okay, don't nobody want to buy nothing from a shithead. I'm just saying. Moving on. So they talk about he brings the wine. They talk about Nell telling Mel that she should speak to him when they see each other. Now, Nell, I'm gonna have to stop you right here. Don't tell that girl that she needs to speak to Martell. She ain't got to do shit. Okay, you were there with him subpoenaing you to come to the court so that he can put y'all on the stand to make up lies about and say he was such a great person and take his side, just like he wants you to take his side and not go to this party after you told him you was going. Why do y'all continue to pacify this grown ass baby? This is a man baby in a tight ass suit. That's what we looking at. And he's delusional as all get up. So she's like, yeah, I told her that she should speak. And Martell's like, yeah, I think she should speak. She speak to me. She speak to everybody damn else. Boy, shut the hell up. She don't deserve to utter anything to you. You are lucky that she's even filming in the same space as you. You really about to count your blessings and they're gonna be gone. That's what you're really about to do. So then Nell tells him about the name change ceremony and that she's going. He immediately gets pissed off and he says he don't feel like anybody that's a friend of his should go, because if they go, then he wants to know, and he also wants to know everybody that's there that's his friend, because that's not a friend to him, because that's a slap in the face for her to be doing that. It's like she's having this party just to spite him. Let me stop you right here. Who the fuck do you think you are? No, like really. Who the fuck does this man think he is? Because, sir, me changing my name has absolutely, positively, definitely nothing to do with your bald head, small head ass. Are you kidding me? I don't need your permission to change my damn name. I can do whatever the freak I want as a grown ass woman. I don't have to have your name. And all these people talking about something, well, the kids have the same name. No, no, and no. If this lady want to change her last name, go right ahead, because obviously having his name is triggering to her. Whatever she needs to do to be mentally well and emotionally stable and capable of raising her children without any animosity towards this man, let this lady change her name. Let her go about her healing journey the way that she wants to. And Martell, you have absolutely no parts of how she goes about doing that. It has nothing to do with you. She no longer is responsible for you and your bullshit anymore. Get it through your thick, small brain head. Okay? Get it through your head. Go over there and play with Dum Dum Diddy. Cause that's what it seemed like that's all you good for. Both of y'all over there living in a Cracker Jack box, delusional as all fuck. Go do that. Marry her and give her your last name. How about that? Since you so pressed for somebody to have your fucking last name, go give it to that bitch. Don't worry about what the fuck Mel doing. You wasn't worried about her when you was over there dipping your dick in that old cesspool. So don't worry about what the fuck Mel is doing. She can change her name if she wants to. The nerve of this motherfucker. Like, I cannot believe him. To sit up here and act like the way that he makes everything about him is absolutely insane to me. How could you ever think that this has anything to do with you whatsoever? It's not about you, and it hasn't been about you for the last 3 or 4 years. Let it burn. Let it go. Okay? So Nell was like, so wait, you think I shouldn't go? And he was like, no, I don't think you should go. First of all, what makes me more your friend than hers? Who told you that you can govern my life? And furthermore, Martell, where the volume button at? Bring your voice down. Cause watch yourself when you're talking to me. Cause he was talking a little too loud to Nell. And then you outside acting crazy. A grown-ass man should not be talking to a woman like that, especially not a woman that don't belong to you. If I'm Chris Fletcher, he had the right response. He was like, oh yeah, I might need to have a conversation with him from the previews in the next episode. Sir, you quiet yourself down when you're talking to me. You sit down, little boy. Don't ever talk to like Nell couldn't be me. He couldn't be me. Because there is no way. I'd have been telling him to lower that octave quite a bit when you talking to me on my compound, okay? Because you can get the hell on and take your little bottles of wine with you. That's what you can do. Okay? So then he says she didn't do anything amazing with the name Rogers. Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me? Her name was Rogers when she was helping your ass graduate from college, allegedly, because you're dumb as a box of damn rocks. Her name was Rogers when you met her and was trying to be with her every damn day and wanted to marry her. Do you think the girl graduated college early? She's very intelligent. She's done a lot of amazing things in her life. Her last name has nothing to do with the amazing things that she's done. Her knowledge and capabilities live within her. She embodies that. It don't have nothing to do with your last name. You know what? I am so sick and tired of people on this show pacifying all of the men on this show. I'm really, really tired of it. Like, this behavior from all of these men is it's a mind fuck. It really is. Like, this would never, ever, 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 ever happen around me. Ever. Or any of my friends for that matter. Because you would get verbally assassinated before I had one of my cousins put their hands on you. That's what would be happening. Because none of these men would ever be talking to trash to me or anybody I know the way that they do. It's very disrespectful and very challenging to watch episode after episode. Because there is no way. No way. You gonna tell me that I can't go to this party? Who the fuck are you, Martell? Are you paying any of the Nell or Chris Fletcher's bills? What are you positively bringing to anybody's life besides all you bring to people is drama and a headache and a handout? Gimme, can you spare? Give me more time to stay in this house and squat, Chris. Give me a place to stay, Chris. Give me a lie to tell my wife because I've been cheating on her, Chris. Give my wife some advice so she will stay with me, Nell and Chris. You always got your hand out to people. When are you ever going to extend your hand to give somebody else something that's worth it? I'll wait, or better yet, I won't, because I will be waiting forever. Moving on. He says she should have asked. Then he goes into talking about Nell should have asked Mel about her cheating on him because everybody always want to talk about him cheating and he ain't cheated in 3 or 4 years. And Nell was like, yeah, because you've been single. Like, what the hell are you talking about? What the hell did this guy? What do this conversation of cheating have to do with the price of tea in China? What the hell are you talking about right now? How did we get into somebody cheating? Let me just all this cheating shit. Let it go. Y'all are not married anymore. And what the fuck is that going to do if y'all talking about, oh yeah, Mel cheated? Okay, if we were to, let's just be real. If we were to find out, okay, Mel did cheat. So the fuck what? Did Mel go and have a baby with somebody? Did Mel have a relationship, a full-blown relationship? You streetwalk this bitch. She can't take a picture of you head on until last week. But you streetwalking this bitch, taking her to dinner, taking her to lunch, and taking her out in the daytime. Look, making Mel and your family look like a damn fool. And you had a full-blown relationship with Shawty for years. But you want to bring up Mel cheating. That don't got shit to do with shit. Why do you keep on bringing that up? It's like Martell feels like he will be vindicated if people find out Mel cheated on him for some reason. Let me explain something to you. Let me just let the whole cat out of the bag, motherfucker. We'd be happy if she cheated on your ass at this point. So you might not want that to come out. If Mel cheated on him, everybody will. It will be a resounding applause. Everybody will be happy. That's what everybody will be so excited because at this point you're not going to gain any audience clout by proving somehow that Mel cheated. You have done so many astronomical things that people would honestly at this point think you deserved it. You know what I hope? I hope Mel pops out married to some billionaire. And she's able to move the kids to Atlanta or wherever the hell she want to go. And she's able to do whatever the fuck she want to do. Or hell, better yet, I hope Mel becomes a billionaire. Because then you won't have her last name and you won't get none of it. None of it. I hope she becomes a billionaire. And I hope that she finds a man that sweeps her off her feet if that's what she so desires and lives happily ever after without you. At the end of the day, it doesn't even matter how Mel does it. Everything that she's doing and everything that she touches has done so well, and she's going to continue to do it without you. That's a guarantee. So you constantly bringing up this girl cheating potentially and all that. What the fuck does that have to do with anything at this point? You, at the end of the day, you are mad that she's changing her name that has actually been granted, and that for you is the final nail in the coffin. You have no attachment to her whatsoever. And if it wasn't for this show and your children looking like the both of y'all, nobody would ever have to associate y'all at all. At all. You don't have a piece of her anymore. And I think and like I said earlier in the video, I think it's some sick, twisted notion of his mind. He thinks because she still had his last name that somehow it's still a chance. I might still be able to get in there. She didn't change her name yet. So it'd be easy if we just get married again. She would still be a Holt. We can just move on in the charade and the bullshit together. It's very psychotic how this man thinks. And I am really scared to see what he's going to do when she finally does 100% move on with somebody that I know is going to be a million times better than him. And Coleslaw, I hope you think you won a prize over there, but you are a consistent reminder of why his life is not the same. That's why he will never treat you right. Never. You will never be good enough because you will never achieve the things that he achieved with Mel. Frankly, you're a liability. Coleslaw on the Shade Room, they were like, oh, Martell probably just over the house. That video that's been circulating with them in the house together, and she cooking dinner and acting like they're a happy family and so excited that he finally is in the camera with her and a willing participant, versus him walking by in the grocery store and her taking a little snap photo of him when he's not looking. She was so happy he was willingly on camera, right? So people were saying, oh, he probably just talking to her like doing that because he need a place to stay. She comments, well, actually, this is his house and I have my own place, but it's our place, both houses. And he can come over whenever he wants because he pays the bills in both places. Girl, are you dumb? Are you dumb? So you basically are putting all your eggs in one basket and all of your financial stability into this man. Do something. Get your own. Get your own money, girl. That's all I'm going to say. Get your own money because this man is never going to 100% commit to you. I feel like he only doing all of this because Mel is going to be taking them to court, allegedly, over this whole revenge piece stuff. So he trying to play like he on her side because he probably going to end up flipping the script and putting it all on her. Because he's been mums the word about the whole situation, and she been the one bumping her gums about it, telling every Tom, Dick, and Harry that'll listen, and getting recorded on phone calls like a dumbass. And she gonna get caught holding the bag, red-handed, and he gonna be laughing his way on in life in a tight ass suit. And then he'll go back to the land of delusion, thinking, "Ooh, I got rid of her. She's in jail now. Maybe Mel and I can live happily ever after again." You know what? Not gonna happen. Which again is why he's mad that this lady is changing her name. It's all a ball of foolishness. So then, they continue to argue. Getting back to the story, Nail and Martell continue to argue about that. She says, I'm going to the party. I don't care what you say, blah, blah, blah. He rides off arguing and pissed off, and who cares? Moving on. Done with them. So I'm excited for the next episode to see the Fletchers and their children. Looks like those are their kids that are at the table with them. I want to see that. I want to see this situation with Kiki and Tisha just resolve itself. I'm sure Tiffany ain't bringing nothing next episode, but I really am interested to see more with the Fletchers because I really, really hope that they are testing them out to replace some damn Scotts because I am just over, over, over it. It is just a cluster. But y'all, let me read some of y'all comments before I go and close my eyes because we going to the morning service for the church, okay? For the church house, okay? 9 a.m. to be exact. Lee says Kiki hasn't really done anything to Tiffany yet. Tiffany won't let up on her. Yeah, Tiffany don't really have nothing to talk about. Like, she's constantly going in on Kiki because she's just trying to find any old way to get into some drama with somebody. Tisha definitely blames Kiki, and I don't understand why. I think it's really dumb. I really, really do. Like, it doesn't even make any sense. Tisha is blaming Kiki. I need Kiki to let Tisha deal with her problem and issues with Marsau. Yes, I do. Kiki, just mind your business. Don't even get in it anymore because at this point you starting to look crazy. Like you're too involved. Like you're so busy trying to be Captain Save-A-Ho for your cousin. And your cousin doesn't care. Let her live her life of delusion on her own. Tisha says she knows Kiki is in it, but couldn't give a good reason how she knows. Says a lot. Just want to make Kiki look bad again. Exactly. Exactly. You have no reason why this girl is even involved in this. Okay? Opening the letter for the show. Yeah, I see that. That makes sense because my thing is, I kind of figured somebody had to know that it went through because why would you have a party planner over your house and you don't know for sure yet? But hey, I guess she could have came over and if it didn't change, then she'd be like, oh well, I guess we was having a party and now we're not. Lee says, I'm not gonna lie, I would have paid Kiki dust as well. I'm not about to have a conversation with you trying to bring a cheating rumor about the husband to TV. Girl, bye. Yeah, but you know what, Lee, you and I are not on reality TV. You know what I mean? And they have to talk about these things, and they have to talk about their real life on these shows. And with Kiki said in the video that she was in with the barber, that production already knew about it. So I feel like that was, in my opinion, production driven for her to come in there and talk about it, because they have to get story going. They have to have a conversation. So once production got a hold of it, because of Tisha bringing it to them, but she brought it to them maliciously, trying to get the girl's makeup artist fired. So now you got yourself caught with your head in the cookie jar, and they gonna roll with it because what? They want drama and story for the show to get ratings. QT says, bingo. Tisha and the Scots avoiding their ish. Absolutely. That's all they do. PSR, what's up, PSR 076? Tisha want people to be the nice girl, but she's a mean girl. If you back and look closely, since look back at season 1, yeah, she's a fool. And she seems to think that she is like the leader of the plastics. Girl, stop. Stop. You've never been that girl. You never been that girl. And you want to be that girl so bad, but you're not. You're absolutely not. I'm going to read a couple more comments, y'all. Miss Main Event says most people on this show are dangerous. They ruthlessly go after people using their platform to ruin people's reputation off camera, which is sad. And it's actually very pathetic and sad. Alf MC says Tisha didn't want to talk to Mel directly, nor did she want to be there. It was apparent production made her attend that scene. She didn't really want to even speak to Mel when she arrived. And my thing is, why are you so mad at Mel? That's what I want to know. What did this lady do to you? But live her life. And you just mad. Abyss Day when it says, okay, well, say she average, but calling people ugly is childish. Who called somebody ugly? Did I say that? I don't think I called nobody ugly. All the women on this show are beautiful. Uh, their attitudes are ugly. But I didn't say nobody was ugly. I don't think. I don't think I said that. But I don't know. Let me know, child. Did I say that? QT says Coleslaw looks a fool, but she's so happy she finally claimed her in he finally claimed her in public. Good luck, I guess. Yeah, like she's a fool. She is a fool. Abyss Day when it says Melody going to be chunky like her mama when she get older. I hope she keep working out because that middle aged bulge will be around the corner. Ooh, child. Well, listen, she going to the personal trainer, child. So hopefully, she's always been really thin. So I don't know. Listen, I'm over here fighting my own demons, child. I ain't about to. I can't worry about nobody else's belly, honey, because I'm still working on mine like daily. Alpha MC says, "Yeah, I agree about Martell making claims of Melody cheating. In his mind, he feels like saying she cheated too absolves him of his transactions against her because her cheating would be worse. And it's not, because you have a product of your cheating. And you look like a fool constantly trying to prove this imaginary foolishness. If Let me tell you something. If Martell had guaranteed evidence that this woman cheated on him, it would have absolutely been out there already. He would have put it out there and tried to make her look bad. But again, nobody would care. They would applaud. They would applaud it. And he's too dumb to realize that. I remember them church days back when I was young. Yeah, child, listen. We getting back into it. I'm trying to say a little prayer for everybody, child. Yeah, me too. Justine Marie says, did y'all see Marsha live when he so-called did a lie detector test on himself by checking his pulse? I ain't see that, and I'm glad I didn't, because he's a damn fool. Melanated Energy says the only reason the Scouts 1.0 might be removed because Marceau keeps the show going, but might not be removed is because Marceau keeps the show going. But 2.0 talking about Kimmy is worn out, just like Kimmy, right, child. Justine Marie says, if Tisha don't like Mel, then get off her platform. Exactly. Abyss say when it says, girl, not you. Girl, look, girl, I was checking because I was like, damn, I do be saying some shit. Who I say was ugly, child? Look, I was questioning. I was like, damn, what I say? Because, I ain't, y'all know. Y'all can hold me accountable, child. Okay? I appreciate when y'all do because I be trying to keep it right. Trying to keep it right and tight. I ain't getting in no drama. Okay, it's drama free. But thank you, sis. I was like, what would I say? I was sure about to watch this back. Lee says 119 watching. Y'all like the video, please. It's free 99. Yes, y'all, please, please, please like the video. It helps me to get into the algorithm. It helps to bring more people over to the channel, and it helps me to have more subscribers, so that I can keep on coming on here and talking to y'all and sharing my opinion, and we having chats back and forth. So I so appreciate y'all. So I am about to take the church finger and go on and get up off here right now so I can go to bed and get up and go to church in the morning. But thank y'all so much for watching. I so appreciate y'all for hanging out with me this late at night. Thank y'all for watching. Please, please, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with anybody else that's watching this show with us too. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out.